Mm. Hey, hello, friends. Welcome back to Blue Pig Reviews in the Library Book Bar. And what do we got here but another book to review, another bottle? Woodford Reserve Double Oak. Woodford Reserve Double Oak. I've had this before. This is definitely a shelfer, a mainstay. Woodford Reserve Double Oak is, of course, comes in at 90.4 proof. This bad boy has a mash bill of 78% corn. I'm sorry, 72% corn, 18% rye, and 10% malted barley, just like Woodford Reserve. And the only difference in that is, and this is non-age stated, but it's got to be at least 4 years because it says it's bourbon and it doesn't actually have an age written on it. And on top of that, this one is aged again for a second time for up to a year in another new charred oak barrel. And I know a lot of bottles since then, and this one came out in 2012, have been double oaking like crazy. I've tried from the low end of the spectrum. Jim Beam has a double oak. Most of the craft brands have a double oaked. I've between that and toasted barrel, that oak taste seems to be in the demand for drinkers. Usually, what you end up getting is a smoothness, sometimes some chocolatey notes. Jack Daniels recently, of course, had its one where it was in a toasted barrel. They didn't even double oak it. We're gonna get on this. This is on the shelf for about $60. I picked this up at Big Value in New Windsor for just that. So let's get a Glencairn, get out and get it a taste. And Woodford Reserve, like I said in previous videos, has been the bartender's favorite for a long time. For its flavor profile, the amount of rye spice. It's a good balance. Has a sweeter side to it. So let's see if this one does. So, on the nose. On the nose, you get that oak smell, a lot of toast, little sweetness, some vanilla, almost a chocolate note, toasted marshmallow. Hold on. And it's not citrus. It's almost a slight spiciness, but it's hard to tell if that's the oak. But we'll get it as we get it past. Let's get on the palate. Hmm. First drink of the day, that caught me. So on the palate, starts off sweet. You start to get a almost cocoa taste, but that taste quickly evolves into almost a leather, oak, and then like midway, it comes to like a sharpness. But let me give that a pass again. Yeah, sweet cocoa, leather, um, oak. Get a little bit of vegetal rye spice. It's in that middle, and then after you get over that hump, you're getting almost like a oak leather and almost like an underlying raisin and like a coffee note. It's a strange coffee and cocoa note, like a weak coffee almost, and on the outer edges. Yeah. After that mid palate vegetable rye spice, you get a little bit of cocoa, leather, um, raisin, underlying coffee, and oak. And it's really pleasant. It almost tastes like chocolate. Almost chocolate would fool you to be chocolate. Goes down. I got a firm hug from it. 90 proof. First drink of the day. Let's put some water in this and see where this goes. So get my dropper out and pop 2, 3, 4 drops. I'm gonna put 4 drops in there. Put that aside. Give it a swirl. And this is thin, and the mouthfeel is on the thinner side too. It's not like viscous. It doesn't hug your mouth, but the finish is long because of that spice in that oak. And that balances it out. It's much better with a little bit of water. You kind of get that path. The vegetal note in the middle is not as rough. But that oak underlying sweetness and the leather go right through. With the underlying sweetness is like a raisin or like almost like a plum, but it's more raisiny. It's sweet enough to almost be a plum, but it's more raisiny. Yeah, that's good. So let's give that a run. And of course, like I said, original Woodford Reserve, this one's been beaten to death, but the bottle is thicker. So, when you're getting double oak, it's double the thickness, a little shorter. This tastes sweeter to me than this, but, we'll give that a run and find out. Let's get this on the rocks, see where it goes. Get a little bit on the rocks, see if that makes it an overall premium on there. I got about an ounce in here. Give it a quick run. And on the rocks, it's more oak. And the oak is present. You lose a little bit of that sweetness, but it's very oaky. Much more subtle, more subtle, and it tastes closer to Woodford Reserve when it's on the rocks. But definitely a good pour. And like I said, if it tastes good and you're drinking good, Woodford Reserve definitely tastes good. And these are both available and around you on the shelf and tend to be around and have always been consistent. So it's definitely all good. Cheers a good pouring from Blue Pig Reviews. And go out, spend some time in the woods, get your little double oak on. Oh, or just any woods, the Woodford woods.